Good Thursday morning, everybody. It's Little Friday here on the Sam channel. I'm Chris Allen, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter, all sponsored by Ace Hardware Marketplace. We've got the weather stick in blue. Still a good day ahead for us, even though we've got some rain that will be moving in once we get into, especially this evening, overnight, and into the day tomorrow. Right now, it's just a lot of cloud cover that's streaming across the area. The winds are picking up and will continue to pick up, especially upper winds, as this system begins to move in from the west. We'll see mainly high clouds, a few mid-level clouds as we start the day, and then the clouds will continue to increase into the afternoon and evening hours, and then we'll finally look at some rain chances coming in here for the next 24 hours or so, maybe not that long. Looking at the model blender this morning, we've got some pretty chilly temperatures still yet to come once this system passes out of the area. But then after that, wow, we're looking at maybe true spring weather that could be here to stay, it appears. Because, I mean, Monday is the first official day of spring. And you can see by Monday, even though it's only around 50, after that, we see 60s and even some 70s trying to show up. So just hang in there. This weekend is going to be chilly, as you can see. Mid 60s today. It'll be warm and breezy. It'll start out with some of those high clouds that we're seeing this morning and mid-level clouds. Just call it increasing clouds, breezy and warmer today with that 65 or so for a high temperature. We only get down to about 40 tonight, maybe even a little warmer than that as the rain moves in. Tomorrow will be cooler because of the passage of a cold front, 54, so about 10, 11 degrees cooler than today, but it's not going to get cold enough, or is moisture going to hang around long enough for any frozen precipitation, at least not for us. So some rain overnight into tomorrow, and then it passes on. We do fall down to 27 by Saturday morning, but by then skies will have cleared and we won't have to worry about any frozen precipitation. But we are this weekend going to have to deal with another hard freeze. And you can see it there. You see 21 for a low Saturday night into Sunday morning, 22 Sunday night into Monday morning, first day of spring. That's when we get up to 50. And then after that, you see that we go 60s and 70s. And it looks like, based on the long range pattern, we're going to stay there and spring will be in full mode. And that's not to say we're not going to have a chilly day or a cold night still, even through April. Um, but it's a little less likely because of the sun angle and, longer days, shorter nights, you know, the drill. Uh, and it's in that transitional period still. So it's going to be a little longer. And as I've told you before, like my grandfather told me, he lived when I was growing up next door. He had a farm, and he would always say, "You wait until after Derby." After Derby, that's the first Saturday in May, of course. All Kentuckians know that. And so you wait till after Derby to set anything as far as plants or anything else outdoors until after that day. So until that day in May, we're susceptible to, losing an outdoor plant unless you bring it in or cover it up. And this weekend, you're going to have to do that again. All right, here's a look at Kentucky mesonet sites this morning as of 5:15. And we see lots of 30s. There's some 20s, just kind of embedded in all this. But then you start to see mid to upper 30s to low 40s, and now mid 40s coming in from the west. That's the warmer air that's coming in ahead of the rain. So we will warm it up today, and the breezes are going to be more from the south today at 10 to 15, and even some gusts of 30 to 35. Not the 75 that we had Friday a week ago. That we're not going to have that, but you will have some breezes this afternoon from say 30 to 35 miles per hour, but at least there will be warmer breezes and it should feel pretty good today. Today, if you need to do something outdoors, yeah, you're going to be fine, except for that bit of a gust of wind every once in a while. All right, let's check the pattern flow here and show you how the moisture is going to come through. And this is a short term model, the HRRR, we call it. This is the one that shows us the short term high resolution imagery. Notice that we have this nice ridge that has been built right over the Ohio Valley and much of the Southeast. Nice flow coming off the Pacific and warmer temperatures thanks to southerly winds coming out of the Gulf of Mexico. But that also forces the moisture to come our direction. And we have a low pressure system that's moving through the plains with a system that is with a cold front that's going to bring us the rain beginning this evening. You can see it just beginning to overspread the area over the coming hours. Some thunderstorms. These look to be some pretty hefty thunderstorms back into Missouri and Arkansas, into Oklahoma, Texas, and that's all right ahead of the front. You can see where the front is. The time here, we're looking at 6, 7 o'clock. Yeah, this evening. That's going to be about prime time for some of these thunderstorms back to the west of us in a line that forms there ahead of the cold front. And then you see another dive in the jet stream, another trough, another polar like trough that's going to bring down colder air once this front leaves us by tomorrow morning, tomorrow midday. It looks like it should be out of here, and so will the rain. And the moisture will be out of here before we can transition it even over to some frozen stuff. But here's our rain for tonight and early tomorrow morning. Here comes the cold air that's going to be with us on Friday and into the upcoming weekend. As it takes the showers with it, there goes the warm air, and here comes the very widespread cold air. Look at that. Yeah, this is going to be one more big shot of cold air, just all of it coming down into southern Kentucky and even down in the Tennessee Valley. Some of the Gulf coastal states will start to feel this. They're not going to get any precipitation. As you can see, all the precipitation is gone way ahead of when the coldest air gets here. But this will be a big, dominant Canadian high pressure that takes over, and it's going to make for a nice weekend, but it's just going to be really chilly. So, again, you're going to have to cover the plants or bring them indoors. It's going to be one of those, as you can see here, we get the showers moving through, and then the cold air sets up, and yeah, that's kind of your weekend. All right. So it is what it is. Now, how much rain are we looking at? Some of you are a little bit concerned, and understandably so, as it pertains to flooding, because we all know that the Green River Basin and the Rough River Basin and all the major tributaries here to the Ohio and Mississippi River are running high. It looks as if this next round of rain that comes in tonight into tomorrow, early Friday, will produce about a half inch. In some cases, there could be up to 3/4 of an inch of rain, but I don't think we'll see more than that. The heaviest of the rains will certainly be further south. You see there, Louisiana, parts of eastern Texas into southern Mississippi. That's where they're going to see 1 to 2, maybe even up to 3 inches of rain. So any really heavy rain, that's going to be further south. But we'll pick up about a half inch. I think most cases will, once we get into tomorrow morning, and we check those mesonet sites, that's pretty much what it's going to be. Here's a look at the surface map now, and I'll show you the next couple of days, or actually next 7 days. High pressure hanging on, but here comes the rain. You get the high pressure to the east, get the flow out of the Gulf of Mexico from these Pacific systems that move in, and a pretty hefty system. Severe weather, parts of Texas and Arkansas and Oklahoma, as I showed you, even Louisiana. But here comes our system with some wind. There's going to be some wind, but again, nothing like we saw a week ago Friday. Uh, Gusts today 30 to 35. We're not going to get severe weather. In fact, I don't think we'll even hear a rumble of thunder. You may hear one or two in western Kentucky, and that's about it. The instability factor, or convective factor, here is going to be more located further south, where the severe weather will be set up. So just general rain for us, breezy conditions, quick hit of rain. This system moves out by tomorrow midday, tomorrow morning. Here we go into Friday night, into Saturday. There's a secondary front, but it's a dry front. It's just going to usher in that colder air as we get into the weekend. Here's Sunday. High pressure builds again over the central part of the U.S. and into the Mid-South region, Ohio Valley. And here we go again with another high pressure and another system that will work in here for Monday into Tuesday. Some rain associated with that, but I don't foresee any big deal with this one. And then by Wednesday should be out of here. So not any major things going on. The only thing you'll have to be concerned with today are the breezes. Occasionally, southerly breezes, a gust to 30 to 35 miles per hour, especially this afternoon just before the cold front gets in here. And highs today will be in the mid 60s. Yesterday's high, by the way, 56. It felt better. It did. Just the sun, the sky, everything. It just 56. That's good. That's almost to the average of 60. We have now warmed the average, the daily average high temperature to 60, and that will continue to go up as we go through the rest of March into April into May. It just keeps on going. So we were only 4 degrees shy of the average high yesterday. So it was a pretty perfect day yesterday as far as the weather is concerned. Okay, getting ready to head to the radio station this morning, Sam 100.7, to do the morning show from 6 to 10. I hope you listen. In the meantime, have a great Thursday. God bless you for watching, and I'll see you on the radio.